I hate when the media does this. They'll go out there when your job in the media is literally to be on social media, put your opinion out there, interact with fans, and then go on shows, display your opinion again. You're constantly out there sharpening and refining. And this whole narrative around Kevin Durant and Kevin Durant, like, oh, Kevin Durant's on Twitter. I can't believe that Kevin Durant responds to fans. And then so Jason McIntyre, who is one of Colin Cowherd's lackeys, he's on The Volume, which is Colin Cowherd's podcast network, and he's on The Herd now, replaces Joy Taylor. Ever since he's gone on that show, the show's kind of gone downhill where Joy could kind of check Colin. Now Colin just kind of runs this guy over, doesn't even take his opinion seriously, kind of mocks him a little bit on the show too. He goes out there, he's like, it's time like we address this Kevin Durant controversy on Twitter. It's like, I can't believe Kevin Durant goes out there and is arguing with fans that he's a top 5 player in the NBA. And then Kevin Durant's like, hilarious. He sees that take, DMs him, and then he completely roasts him. He's like, yeah, you don't know basketball, and I enjoy going on Twitter. What's the problem with it, boy? Like, basically, he's like, sunned him, called him a boy, and then he did the whole, like, he reads the DMs, he's like, I don't even know what he means by that. What do you even say there? Like, and then he had, like, no response back to Kevin Durant, but, like, why do we care? Like, honestly, like, why is the news so dry that you have to talk about a superstar NBA player arguing with fans? Like, honestly, like, he's making someone's day. Like, if Kevin Durant responded to me on Twitter, responded to you on Twitter, like, it gives Kevin Durant the opportunity to like hold someone out to dry. And then it also gives someone a chance to interact with Kevin Durant. So I see it as a win-win for him. And it clearly doesn't affect his game, which if it was, I could see that. But Kevin Durant has made it clear. He's like, I like beefing with people on Twitter because I think it's funny and trolling. And then I like smoking weed. Okay. Yeah, I get that. And then I like playing video games. Yeah, I get that too. Like,
I don't have a problem
what's the
with it.
big deal?
I think it's funny. It's entertaining. And I think more stars are starting to do it. And I don't see any problem with it. I mean, ultimately, I think in that sport, in particularly the NBA, it's like people are a lot more petty. People are a lot more passive aggressive. I think it's good for the NBA. You have some players out there who will go to war for themselves. It's like, I think if anything, it shows how much of a fighter he is, how much of a warrior he is. No pun intended. So I don't have a problem with it. I think there's more issue in what Jason McIntyre is saying, where he's basically the headlines are dry. The NFL season's at an all-time slow pace, and the NBA offseason is starting to pick up steam, but obviously there's lack of headlines. So he goes out there, he attacks Kevin Durant and talks about how soft he is, how sensitive he is. And for Kevin Durant, whether or not he agrees with what he's saying or he's taken back by it, he's fighting back. And I don't see any reason, like, if somebody goes up to you and calls you a pussy, are you going to go up there and just like them do it because you're a star? No, you're going to fucking fight back and say, fuck off. And you're going to fight back.
Yeah.
If it was in real life, you would do that.
Yeah, exactly. If it's in real life, no one's going to walk up to Kevin Durant and do that. Like, if it's real life, like, if someone walks up to you and, like, you're not a top 5 player, Kevin Durant's going to be like, okay, why? And then he's going to go right at them. But in real life, most people aren't going to do that. So it's like, if he's just responding on Twitter, it's like, I genuinely don't care. And I'm tired of this actually being a headline. It's like, the news is so dry that you have to go out there and attack a player for defending himself on Twitter. And, like, I don't think Kevin Durant's a top 5 player right now, personally. But do I respect Kevin Durant saying, like, arguing with fans and saying he is? Like, yeah. And I think it's a cool experience for the fans as well, especially because, like, if it went to a celebrity phase, like, it'd be hilarious if Eminem was just going through like random pages and then like firing back at players, or like if Drake responded, like someone's like, oh yeah, Drake's trash, is like, okay, really? And like, you see this on social media with fighters all the time, where people are like, oh yeah, I could definitely beat up that guy. They're like, all right, here's the address to the gym I work out, see you there. Then the guy shows up to the gym, he's like, all right, put the gloves on, you get in the ring with them, then you just get knocked out right away. It's like, okay, don't take a shot at someone if you can't back it up.